Zeraora is looking to get in and shock the competition. Early game agility is a dash that increases your attack speed, and slash is a 3-hit wonder that knocks enemies up. At level 6, Volt Switch lets you dash forward, again increasing your attack speed, but this time you can cast the ability again to teleport back to where you were originally. And Spark causes you to do a mini leap up in the air, and if you attack during this jump, you're going to dive bomb onto an enemy Pokemon and deal damage. You can use this up to 3 times before it goes on cooldown, but if you're too slow, it'll go on cooldown anyway. At level 8, you can opt into Wild Charge, where you're going to charge at an enemy, go invulnerable, and just smack them. It's important to note that hitting enemies with abilities or boosted attacks before using Wild Charge causes Wild Charge to hit additional times. The other level 8 option is Discharge, where this electric field is going to emerge around you, giving you a shield and doing damage to everything around Zeraora. Once Discharge is done, all enemies that are considered paralyzed are going to be pulled towards Zeraora. How does Zeraora paralyze enemies? Well, first is the boosted attack. Every third attack, Zeraora does increased damage and paralyzes enemies. And then the other way is with Zeraora's Unite move. Zeraora's Unite move launches a bolt that's going to travel at the enemy player that it locks onto. It's going to deal damage and knock up all enemies hit along the path, and then once it explodes and hits the target. Once it hits, an area appears that paralyzes all enemies that are caught within it. And then inside of this circle, Zeraora's auto attack range and damage are increased. The only other thing you need to keep in mind is Zeraora's passive, where basically as you take damage, you are going to deal more damage. The key to Zeraora is not being afraid. You being in one-on-one scuffles works in your favor because the more damage you take, the more damage you're gonna do. My preferred moveset is Volt Switch and Discharge. I like the ability to position, dive in, do my damage, and then still get out after. I find that you have to commit really hard with Spark and Wild Charge, which is another viable moveset option. The problem with Wild Charge is in order to make the most out of it, you need to be in the scuffle for a little bit too long to get the most out of the ability. But if you're ever able to get Wild Charge up to max stacks, it does a ton of damage. Zeraora also does well in the early game. If you fight and use your claws that have the knockup, you're going to be able to out-trade a lot of opponents, and it's going to catch them off guard. So get out there, play aggressive, and snowball the game. If you want to keep learning Pokemon Unite right now, click the video on your screen and it'll take you to another guide. Otherwise, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the new stuff that I post, and I'll see you in the next video.